No doubt feeling like Groundhog Day for a lot of the people, thousands of them stranded at airports across the country, and flight cancellations continue to pile up, and stranded Southwest flyers in particular having a hard time getting answers about exactly when they'll be able to rebook flights and finally get to their destinations. So what should those people do? Can't think of anyone better to help navigate all the options for people who find themselves stuck in this travel nightmare than award-winning travel journalist Peter Greenberg. Good morning, Peter. Thanks for joining us today.
Got it. You got it.
First of all, why is this happening? What is happening with Southwest? Why are they experiencing this massive meltdown?
Well, let's take a look at the numbers. You know, we've got very good weather forecasting at the airlines these days. They knew a storm was coming in, not just Southwest, all the airlines knew it, and that allowed them to do what we call preemptive cancellations. Within 48 hours, they were able to keep their planes and their crews in place so that when the storm front moved back, they could start right away. They wouldn't have to ramp up over a longer period of time. Southwest did the same thing. Here's the problem. Their internal communication system is so antiquated, relying on old technology, that they literally could not communicate with their pilots, with their flight attendants, and conversely, the flight attendants and pilots couldn't communicate with the airline. And at one point, the airline didn't even know where many of their planes were. So they basically threw in the towel. You had United Airlines canceling maybe 5% of their flights, JetBlue about 6%, American only 1%, Southwest on Monday 70%, 62% yesterday, and 62% today. It's going to go that way for the rest of the week. And that's an unacceptable level that has absolutely nothing to do with weather.
Absolutely unacceptable, because you even have the Department of Transportation at the federal level now looking into all of this chaos. But obviously right now we just want to help those travelers who are stranded, and you see just piles of luggage backed up, because also luggage is an issue too, to get reunited with the people who own those baggages. But what can people do now if they're stuck in a situation where their flight is canceled, they have to have a big fight with Southwest? What should people do?
Well, if you're flying on a Southwest ticket on a Southwest plane and the airline's not flying, keep in mind that Southwest doesn't have what we call interline agreements with other airlines that would then allow them to endorse your ticket over to another carrier to get you home. Not only that, the other carrier probably has no space right now because it's the holidays. So you have a choice. You can either go and buy another ticket, a one-way, very expensive ticket on another carrier, assuming they have space, or do what a lot of passengers did, form a committee of friends you just made at the airport and go out and rent a car and try to drive to your destination. Now, you mentioned the baggage. The baggage is not going to fly if the passengers aren't going to fly. So those bags are probably not going to get back for another 5 or 6 days as well.
Oh my gosh, complete nightmare. And you think about all the cost involved in this. So many people saving up for their vacations, trying to get together with family for the holidays, and this happens. They're totally at a loss. Will they be able to get their money back? Can Southwest even endure all of this now that you'll have so many people requesting those refunds?
Well, Southwest can financially endure it. The question is what gets down to a definition of weather. You know, if an airline cancels a flight because of weather alone, they're off the hook. But this is not about weather. This is about something that's under the operational control of the airline, and they messed up. Their own CEO admitted the same, and the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, has also said it in terms of their investigation. So my guess is there will be financial consequences here for the airline in the form of an enforcement action, a fine levied against them by the DOT. But in order to mitigate that fine down, I'm convinced that Southwest Airlines is going to be writing a lot of checks to reimburse people for their hotels, for their food, for maybe even those rental cars they had to go rent. So the key here is, if you're one of those people, hold on to your receipts, get a paper trail ready, make sure you have the names, the full names, and the titles of the people you spoke to at Southwest so you can make that claim. It's coming.
And what about all the other airlines that are protected under that clause that they will not reimburse because of weather?
Well, that's not protected for them. That's the reality of it. It's an act of God. It's in their contract of carriage. If it's just because of weather, they're off the hook. However, any airline that cancels your flight, even for weather, under the DOT rules, you're entitled to a full and immediate refund, no matter what you paid for your ticket or how you paid for the ticket, even if you bought a so-called non-refundable ticket. You don't have to accept a voucher or a future flight credit. You're entitled to that refund immediately.
That's really good to know. It's really important to know where you stand as a traveler, what you're entitled to, the rights. Is there one easy place to find all that information out for a lot of these travelers who may be stuck in a situation right now?
Well, the Department of Transportation has their own passenger dashboard. You can get that at dot.gov. You can go to our website, petergreenberg.com, with an original name. We actually update the news every single day when it comes to this because it's a very fluid situation. And keep in mind, anytime an airline basically shuts down an operation for about 12 hours, it takes them about 36 hours to get back on track, get planes back in sequence, flight crews united with their planes. Well, we're talking now 5 to 6 days. There's every reason to expect that Southwest won't be up and running at their normal rate until next Monday or Tuesday.
Wow, and crazy, crazy situation. Just everything really exposing Southwest to their weakness, basically, because of this winter storm. So thank you so much for your expertise. Peter Greenberg, again, if you need information, go to his website because he has all the answers, our travel detective. Thank you so much.